on DC News Now.
We have our first heat advisories of the week issued. We'll let you know when additional advisories could go into effect.
How the heat can impact your mental health. I'll tell you the strategies you'll need to cope.
It's primary day in Virginia. Stay tuned. The full breakdown on what's in store at the polls.
The savings are still in the details. We've identified 10 grocery essentials at 3 popular local stores, sizing up how much they cost compared to one another and to keep more cash in your wallet.
The nation's top doctor wants to put a warning label on social media for kids. More in the push for risk awareness.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Shanika Grimshaw in for Mark Hall today. Well, it's going to be a hot one. The heat is on, and we have your favorite meteorologist, Damon Matson, on his special day. It's your birthday.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Shanika.
But
I appreciate that.
We got to get to the heat first.
I was going to say, what a gift from Mother Nature for today. That's to say the least. It's another hot one here, folks. Hot and humid. We're back to it on this now Tuesday afternoon. Those temperatures have been dialing up once again as we've gone throughout the morning. And we have parts of the DMV under their first heat advisories for this week. Check it out, folks. Back across the Shenandoah Valley, going up into parts of western Maryland, the Allegheny front as well. We have those heat advisories in effect until 8 p.m. today, right along the I-81 corridor. And again, this includes Cumberland, Martinsburg, Hagerstown, down to Winchester as well. In this advisory, we are expecting heat index values that feels like temperature to approach 100 degrees. It is not going to be pleasant out there as we go through the middle and later afternoon hours. And here is a look at that current heat index. It's a little bit lower to the east, but still we're feeling like we're in the 90s already, even though the air temperatures are still in the 80s around the district, up and down the I-95 corridor. But there you have it. Hagerstown, Winchester, Cumberland already starting to approach the mid-90s in terms of that feels like temperature. And we still have several more hours to go with these temperatures, those heat index values rising. So this is going to be pretty similar to yesterday, folks. We're expecting high temperatures to reach the lower 90s by 3 to 4 o'clock. You add in the humidity factor, that's where you get those feels like temps in the upper 90s to near 100 degrees. Now, could we get just a little bit of relief as we head into the day on Wednesday during this long stretch of heat and humidity? We'll have a full look at that forecast coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, I hope we can get some relief here. To stay weather aware 24/7, download DC Weather Now app on your phone. Just scan the QR code on your screen to download, and you can also visit our website. That's dcnewsnow.com for the latest weather updates. And health experts say extreme heat can impact your mood, making people more irritable or stressed if they're in the sun for way too long. We have our DC News Now's Yamari Sase. She's on the National Mall with a breakdown on how heat can affect our mental health.
Well, we've all had one of those days when the sun is in your face, you're sweaty, irritated, and you just cannot think straight. And that's because of extreme heat. And doctors say it increases irritability, anxiety, depression, and also aggression, and also impacts your medication. DC Department of Behavioral Health is warning people that hot temperature can worsen mental health symptoms, and certain medications can affect body temperatures. So to stay cool, you want to make sure you avoid direct sun if you can, stay hydrated, wear loose clothing, and take advantage of cooling centers and pools. According to the National Institute of Health, chronic heat and mental health can really take a toll on some people, so it's best to find strategies like breathing exercises, meditations, therapy, or counseling. And violence interrupters here in the district say they also see more bad decision making, and they're providing more resources to help guide people in the right direction.
When it gets warm, we do see an influx of shooting. We do see an influx of violence, man, which is why we try to make sure that we have weekly events.
Now, certain medications can increase heat sensitivity, so if you do experience any reduced thirst, mental fatigue, or even more sweating, be sure to get in a cool environment and stay hydrated. If you want more information on those medications that are impacted by the heat, be sure to visit our website, dcnewsnow.com. For now, reporting in Northwest DC, I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
And with this week's high temperatures, doctors say hydrating and avoiding sugary drinks is key, especially for children. We're checking the price for bulk water bottles at popular stores in the DMV. Online prices for store brand value packs are $5.36 for 40 17-ounce bottles at Walmart, and then $4.50 for 25 bottles at Giant. At Safeway, that's $3.99 for 35 bottles, and that's the store member price, so you can sign up for free. Harris Teeter sells a 40-pack for $5.39 and Food Lion $4.79 for 32 bottles. And because of the heat, extreme heat expected this week, the CDC says drink more water than usual and don't wait until you're thirsty. You may experience muscle cramping as an early sign of heat-related illness. And new today out of Prince William County, police are investigating an overnight deadly shooting in Woodbridge. Police say they found a 17-year-old boy with multiple gunshot wounds in a stairwell at the Misty Ridge Apartments. We're told he was taken to the hospital where he later died. Police say the suspect left the scene after the shooting, and they say they believe the incident was not random. And developing now, 4 people were injured in a car crash last night. That was in Rockville. Officials say 1 adult and 2 kids were seriously injured. It happened in the area of Watkins Pond Boulevard and Frederick Road. Montgomery County fire crews say 2 cars were involved in the crash. 1 person trapped inside of the car was removed, and an adult was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. 12:06, a former Maryland police officer is being found guilty of using excessive force. Philip Dupree faces 10 years in prison for his conduct during a traffic stop in 2019. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office, the Fairmount Heights police officer pepper sprayed a man during that stop and then falsely claimed the driver had attacked him. Dupree was arrested in 2022. And take a look at this. This is the moment a road rage incident escalated when a driver got out of their car, pulled out a gun, and started firing shots at the car in front of him. The incident happened 3 years ago, and gunman Kenneth Davis Jr. now sentenced to more than 30 years in prison. Prosecutors say he ended up shooting a mom and injuring a 5-year-old child inside of that car. No one else was hurt. And this afternoon, a vote is expected to take place to nominate Montgomery County Police Department's assistant chief to lead the department. Mark Yamada has been with the department for 35 years. He has also overseen the Field Services Bureau, served as District Force Commander and Captain for the Community Engagement Division. Current Police Chief Marcus Jones is retiring at the end of the month. DC News Now is your local election headquarters. It's primary election day in Virginia. Several key congressional races, as well as the race for Alexandria's mayor, are on the ballot. Our political and government reporter, Leonard N. Fleming, breaks down what you need to know before you cast your ballot.
There are some key competitive House races today in the district, and they are commanding voters' attention. And these races are in 2, 5, 7, and 10. There's also a Senate race as well. Today is Election Day, and voters are expected to cast their ballots for a number of key races. One big race to watch is District 7 to replace outgoing Democratic Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger, who is running for governor next year. Several Democrats and Republicans are running in each primary. Here is one voter on the importance of casting a ballot.
This is the most important thing in being a citizen, is to vote, and it's the best way, and most of us the only way that we can do our part.
The polls will remain open until 7 p.m. tonight for those willing to go out and cast their ballots. Reporting from Alexandria, Virginia, Leonard N. Fleming, DC News Now. Back to you.
Leonard, thank you so much for those updates and those tips. All right, many people are still bogged down by high prices at the grocery store. Finding out what you'll pay before you go can help you save. DC News Now's weekend anchor Ben Dennis is stretching your dollar at 3 local supermarkets.
Nice to start the week for prices on 10 pantry essentials, and compared to just 1 week ago, the news not great, but it is still good for consumers before swiping cards or paying cash. The deals are in the details. Cost savings, no doubt welcome, with essentials remaining pricey. The latest consumer price index said grocery prices stayed unchanged in May. What about now? DC News Now continues to track prices on 10 often bought foods at 3 supermarkets: Walmart, Giant, and Safeway. Why do we compare? Help you make your own choice to shop. According to prices published online to start the week, prices did not go up compared to last week, largely the same. That's not typical week to week. What did go down? 12 brown eggs, $2 cheaper at Safeway. 2% milk is down 13 cents at Walmart, 12 cents for avocado, and 7 cents for russet potatoes there. A 12-ounce bag of broccoli dropped $1.49 at Safeway, and 1 pound of ground beef is 30 cents cheaper at Giant. But it's Walmart that has a majority of the cheapest prices among the 3. Giant, though, wins for ground beef. Go a step further. Certain apps can grant cash back for groceries, like Ibotta and Fetch. Grab digital coupons and store loyalty programs for discounts at the register. No sizable uptick in prices this week. That is good news. If you are looking for a new way to shake up your home grocery delivery, consider some options. Among them, non-Costco members can get discounts from bulk buys there in the DMV. How to save the most with Costco delivery? Visit our website, dcnewsnow.com. Select Our Money tab. Ben Dennis, back to you.